What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Last week we did a tutorial on the kick up, how to kick up a juggling club while juggling. At the end of the video, we had a vote to see what trick you guys wanted to see for this week as a tutorial. There was the flourish or there was chops. So after calculating at the polls and all the comments and everything, the winner was actually chops. Don't forget, guys, this is where you get your trick tutorials, your entertainment, and your travel vlogs and everything in between, so stick around. So like I said, today we're doing chops, and the way I want you to get chops started is I want you to grab out your knives, and I want you to toss them away because you have to practice with clubs first because you don't want to get hurt with those things. Now, before you even mess with chops, you want to make sure that you have a good steady 3-club cascade to where you're not reaching all over the place and just no steady foundation. You want to make sure that you can do this with ease. We're actually even going to simplify it even more. We're going to drop one, and I'm going to show you what the process looks like with 2 clubs. So it sort of looks like this. In slow-mo. So if I'm chopping down with my right arm, I'm trying to throw up high enough with my left arm to where I can keep the pattern going without having to reach because my left arm threw too low. And vice versa with if I'm chopping down with my left arm, it's the same thing. I want to be throwing up high enough with my right arm to keep the pattern going. Because if I don't throw it up high enough, then I have to go lower, and that gets lower to the ground, and it just makes the pattern really difficult to maintain. So you always have to make sure that the arm that isn't chopping is throwing that object up high enough to where it keeps the pattern going. And by the way, if you guys are getting value out of this video, go hit that subscribe and like button and comment if you like the videos. Now, the timing of the throws is as soon as your arms would intersect, that is when you want to throw with your opposite arm that is not chopping. So what I just showed you is the foundation to the 3-club chop cascade. What you're doing is the same thing, except you're chopping and catching one. Now, before you get started with chopping with both arms like this, you want to get good at chopping with one arm. And also on your other side. I'm going to show you the difference between 2 and 3 objects, and to simplify things, I'm going to use this object as the chopping object. That way you can see the pattern. In the pattern, what I'm going to do is chop with that object, and the only other difference between 2 and 3 is that I have an extra club in my hand that I need to catch and release before catching the chop object. So let's slow that down for you. Now let's see what chops looks like in real action. So just to recap what we've already said, you want to get good on both sides, one side at a time. You also want to make sure you're throwing the club that goes under your arm high enough to keep the pattern going. And most importantly, you want to practice this every day, constantly, because it's really difficult. and it took me a long time to learn it. Alright guys, that's it for this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you in a future video. Until then, have a good week.